Hello there, this is Boy George, calling from the grave. Ooh, yeah, yeah, whoa, whoa, oh, hey, yeah, oh. Hi there. Just to prove that I can still sing and that I haven't died, contrary to rumours, I'm back again. Wonderful me, back in England. Aren't you happy? Whoopee! First things first, I'd like to say thank you to everybody for all the presents I got on my birthday. Even though I wasn't in England at the time, I was in New York, sort of lying in bed, and I got these phone calls from Sue telling me about all the presents I got. So thanks very much for that. It's nice to know you haven't forgotten me. Thank you. Well, I have to tell you what we've been doing. I sound really common, don't I? Well, first of all, we've been in Switzerland recording with Arif Mardin. I've told you that in the newsletter, but I'm going to tell you that again. And we did 4 songs. One's called God Thank You Woman, one's called Gusto Blasto, one's called Reasons, and the other one's called Inequality, Heaven's Children, in brackets, which probably will be the single, but I'm not sure yet. That or Gusto Blasto, but I can't say for definite, so I don't want to sort of like, tell anyone about it until it happens. But they sound great, and John Moss has been recording with a band called Well Yeah Yeah, which is really good. He's produced the songs and did a bit of songwriting and singing, so he's quite talented in himself. And I'm managing Marilyn, Shock Gasp Horror. This is the bad news. Don't tell your parents. No, the truth is that when I was in New York, I recorded 2 songs with Marilyn. One's called Spirit in the Sky, which is a really old song. In the newsletter, I was going to say that I'm going to play some on the record, but I'm not allowed to do that because of the copyright and the publishers and stuff. But the song's really good, and when it comes out, you better go out and buy it or I'll strangle a lot of you. Hint, hint. And that's it with Marilyn. I did 2 songs with him in New York, and I'm sort of managing him, but I'm not leaving Culture Club. The main thing is that in about 2 weeks we go on tour. We start in Holland, rehearsing for 2 weeks, and we got new backing singers. We got Jocelyn Brown, who did that song, what was it, Somebody Else's Guy. You remember that? Was a hit a little while ago. So she's replaced Helen and Ruby. And you just put my cigarette out. And so she's really brilliant, actually. You're going to like her. I mean, when you get around to seeing her, I'm afraid we won't be playing in England this year because of Marky and Roy, because they're tax exiles. I'm not supposed to say that, but I have anyway. And you already know anyway. You're not stupid. And we're doing the Live Aid thing, so that will really be the only chance you get to see the band. Other things that we're going to be doing, which you might be interested in, if you want to come and see us, is a sort of like radio tour. So what's going to happen is I'm going to come back, maybe myself or John or just me on my own. We're going to do like an independent radio tour of England, which is something we did when we started the band. We went round to all those little radio stations up in Sheffield and Norfolk, everywhere. So what we're basically going to do is like a 2-week tour. So if you want to see me, you can come along there. And I'll be doing some PAs and stuff. And just as, I suppose, in a way, just to get over the fact that we won't be playing here. So we'll be going to almost everywhere, but not every single place in the country, because you know how big England is. Not as big as America, but big enough. What else? Not a lot, really. Oh, Roy's got a tan. He looks disgusting. He looks like a Tupperware box burnt. Mikey's living in Paris. He's got a girlfriend called Paris, something very chic. And apart from that, nothing really. We will be playing in England next year. I know it's a long time to wait. I know it's a drag. But the next single comes out in September, and then we'll be doing some more recording. So a new album isn't really going to be out until maybe next year, February time. But, I think it'd be worth waiting for, so just stick around. If you get bored, you can always go and be a Duran Duran fan or Pete Burns fan or something, if you're into last year's wardrobe. Oh, I'm so bitchy! I know a lot of you have complained and you said that I shouldn't be rude about people, but one has to speak one's mind, do you know what I mean? As Hilda Ogden often says on Coronation Street. And if I don't like someone, I'm going to be rude about them, and you just have to put up with it. No, I get all these phone calls from Sue telling me that, like, you call up and you say, oh, I don't like the colour of his hair, or don't like the beard, or you don't like this. I mean, God, I hear all the complaints, believe me. But I'm afraid the bitchy one will have to stay, because that's how I was born. I was born with a big mouth, and I'm afraid it's one of my main assets, and I can't shut it, I find it very difficult to be quiet, so, you'll just have to put up with it. And anyway, what you're doing like in Wham if you're a Culture Club fan, let me explain something to you. No, I'm only joking. You have to be really loyal to Culture Club. You mustn't like anybody else. So if you've got anyone else's posters on your wall, you've got to pull them down right now. Okay, I'm only messing around. Right, I'm going to go because I'm getting bored. I'm sure you're getting bored with me. I love you all. Thanks very much for all the presents. The next record will have Roy, Mikey and John on. Hopefully we'll be together in the same space at the same time. And you'll get all 4 of us on. But I wasn't on the last record, and wasn't it terrible? Goodbye. Things.
It's time again for your fan club message. This is Roy. I'm in Spain at the moment having a holiday, and it's really good, and it's really hot, and I'm playing lots of tennis, and I'm getting healthy, which makes a change, because I haven't been healthy for a few years, what with running around, touring and things. But I wonder how much you look forward to these messages. I mean, it's quite strange. The last one was very zany when we all done it together, and Mr. Moss was being extremely silly, and so was I. That was quite fun making that. Unfortunately, there's no one else here for me to play around with today, so I'm going to have to do it all on my own, which is really boring. But never mind, I'll just use my echo machine a bit. You know, that's quite funny. So what have we been up to? Well, we went to Switzerland to record for about a month, which was all good fun. We put down 4 tracks, of which one will be a single, probably called God Thank You Woman, in September, which hopefully you'll all buy and think is wonderful, because we're very pleased with it, and it's great. But we also went back there again to the Montreux Festival, which I hope you liked, on the television. So Switzerland has become quite, we get quite used to it now, but it's pretty boring really, so you're not missing out on anything. What else have we been doing? Nothing. No, we're going to do some more writing after. We're doing a short tour of silly places. We're playing Greece and Puerto Rico, and we're going back to Japan to do some concerts. There's the Band-Aid concert coming up on July the 13th, of which I'm not sure yet whether we're doing it or not. There's a rumour that George might be doing it in America, but obviously if he does, we're all going to do it. So hopefully you might be able to see us then. It's actually very strange and weird and wonderful doing this message on your own. It's much more fun having the others around to sort of bounce off. I feel like a DJ here with sort of microphone and a tape machine in a dark room and all sorts of strange things. Getting back on a serious note, however, apart from the band, we're doing some songwriting, which you probably read about for strange people. There's the Beach Boys album just coming out, of which me and George have a song on, which is quite good. I like it. We've done it in Los Angeles with Mr. Levine, who used to produce us. You remember Steve Levine. But that was fun doing that. They're all quite strange guys. The Wilson brothers, who were very famous in the 60s and the 70s because of their use of harmony on records. But that was fun. That was good to work with them, and I like doing things like that anyway. So anyway, I'm going to go now and let one of the others take over here. Not that they're here, in fact. Where are they? I think George is in New York, John's in London, and Mike is in Paris, or something like that. But no doubt they're all having a good time. We're having a little break from each other at the moment, but I miss them, really. Yeah, we have quite a laugh when we're together. So I'm looking forward to seeing them all when we get to whether we're going to be rehearsing. But have a good summer, and we hope to see you soon, and enjoy yourselves most of all. Bye!